Hello and welcome to Art Snacks. Today we're going to do a drawing and we're going to talk about the Colonial Silversmith. And the Colonial Silversmith was an artist who worked in the colonies making different kinds of tools and utilities that people needed. We'll talk about that just a little bit once we get started, but what we're going to draw as we go is a silver piece that the silversmith might make. Now, working with silvers, working with metal basically, and metal smithing of any kind requires manipulating the metal with different tools. Hot and cold are two variables that you use when you work with metal. You also fabricate with the metal by using different tools to band or shape the metal. Now, you'll see that I have some lines in here that I'm not totally pleased with, but I'm not going to freak out about them either. Okay. Now, again, the silversmith might make silverware. They might make a coffee pot or a teapot, bowls of all kinds. So just about everything you could see that's shiny in the kitchen might be something that they might make. They use a hammer to strike it, to shape it, and push it inward and outward until it becomes, it can become brittle. But then you heat it to make it hot again, and you plunge it into an acid bath to keep it malleable. And this is called annealing. This is something we used to do in jewelry class when I taught jewelry. But it takes a lot of work and a lot of skill to craft silver or gold. And we'll talk about gold a little bit later. But like this leg that I'm putting on right here would be attached to this vessel. So this is one piece of silver, this is another piece, and where they attach, a person would solder those together with another metal that combines the two and acts like glue under high heat. Sometimes you would use a rivet or another form of construction. But basically, whenever you're attaching two pieces of metal, it's sort of an art form. Again, now we're going to take another piece of metal and we're going to add it right here. That's going to be the handle. And these would usually be fancy or ornate, or they could be. And you'd pick it up by the handle. This might be a gravy bowl. And this whole thing is made of very highly polished silver, so it's reflective. Basically, it looks kind of like a mirror on the surface. Now again, a silversmith is an artisan, an artist. So we'll make some reflections inside here. Now, some people are worried that their reflections aren't quite right, or they want to have them just right, and the truth is, if you were walking around this vessel, those reflections would seem to move with your position in the room, and so to worry too much over exactly getting them perfectly is a little bit like wasting time. Now up here, I'm going to make a second side to this tip. Make it very dark in its reflection. Okay, and this edge here comes down and it's catching just a little bit of shadow. These legs now may follow different rules and have different kind of shadows, or reflections on them that follow the contour of that highly polished metal there. So it sort of depends on what light sources are in the room. And the person who makes these pieces for people's kitchens in the colonies is called a silversmith. See you next time.